In this video, we will discuss about another genetic disorder disease, that is Pompe disease. It is also known as lysosomal storage disorder, and the disease that we have discussed in previous videos, that is previous video, that is Tay-Sachs disease, is also a lysosomal disorder, as we know that in Tay-Sachs disorders there is accumulation of there is accumulation of a specific protein in the lysosome of a patient that is infected with Tay-Sachs disease, and similar kind of things happens in this Pompe disease, in which the glycogen that is continuously accumulated within the lysosome of the cells, that leads to enlarged lysosome, because in case of Pompe affected cells, the GAA, that is alpha glucosidase acid or acid alpha glucosidase, is not functional in Pompe affected cells, whereas in case of normal cells this alpha glucosidase acid is functional and it will maintain the homeostasis of glucogen. And this is also mentioned in detail in the figure that is on the right side, that is the lysosomes does not have the lysosome of a Pompe affected disease does not have the capability to maintain the homeostasis of glycogen. So because of this, the with time the glycogen buildup occurs in the lysosome of the cells, that leads to enlarged lysosomes, and this enlarged lysosome, the function of the lysosome is to uh, recycle uh, is to break down the protein that comes in the lysosome and recycle them for the cells function. However, in this Pompe affected disease, since the glycogen is not being able to break down and recycle, that leads to energy deficient within the cells, and this energy deficient leads to activation of the signal, that is AMPK signal, that inhibit the mTORC1, and that is responsible for controlling the muscle function, and the inhibition of this mTORC1 will leads to muscle damage. And another thing that could happen is that it this Pompe affected disease will lead to autophagy impairment. Autophagy impairment means that the cells will not be able to break down, or the more specifically the lysosome enzymes in this case will not be able to break down this glycogen, that leads to uh, impairment of the autophagy, that is uh, unable to break down the the damaged protein that is present within the cell, damage or non-functional protein that is present within the cells. And this leads to protein aggregates, that is non-functional proteins get aggregated uh, within the patient that is affected with Pompe disease, and that's this both of this will really affect the muscle and leads to muscle damage. And so in this case also the problem is with the alpha glucosidase acid, and this is because of the enzyme that produce this alpha glucosidase acid is not present in the normal case. It is present in this disease as a mutated form. So this enzyme can be replaced with ATGAA. So what it will does is it will produce the GAA enzyme in the in the lysosome, that will take care of the glycogen. That will take care of the glycogen and break down the glycogen, and then break down the glycogen into glucose, which can be used for glucose can be used or serve as a energy for the functioning of the cells. And this because of this the energy deficient condition will be removed, and this AMPK signal will not be activated, and Because of this, there is a improved signaling. AMPK now function or control the mTORC1, and this will helps maintaining. This will helps in maintaining the muscle function, or it will helps improving the muscle function. And similarly, since now the glycogen or the glycogen can be glycogen or the protein that are non-functional can be break down into can be break down into the amino acid that can be reused, that can be reused by the cells machinery. So in this case, the protein homeostasis is maintained, and the non-native structure of non-native proteins structure or the non-functional proteins get degraded in the autophagy phase. So this will also improve the muscle function, as muscles will not have the proteins that are non-functional. It will only have the proteins that are functioning regularly. So this is how this Pompe disease can be treated with enzyme replacement therapy. This is just a one example. You can find the other approaches in the internet, and you can also go through the references that is provided in below in the description and also mentioned here in order to understand this Pompe disease in detail. I hope you like this video and have got some idea about the what is Pompe disease and one of its solutions, that is through enzyme replacement therapy. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.